Hey y'all, so I am back with another video today, and today we are going to be doing a thriller slash horror mystery. We're gonna do like a Halloween, book haul. I have some mysteries. I think a thriller. I don't know what this could be, a horror, and then I also have audiobooks that I may plan on reading. I'm doing a whole lot of reading this month, so I wanted to substitute some audiobooks within it as well, just to kind of help me out a little bit. I do plan on trying to post every day until Halloween. I ain't gonna promise it to y'all, and I'm not gonna promise it to myself because that's just unethical, and like I don't like giving false promises, but like that's what I'm going to attempt to do. So yeah, this book haul was supposed to happen earlier, but I've been going to the bookstore and like they rearranged it, and it's like I don't like how they rearranged it. It's like hard to shop. I've like been looking for has not been inside, so I had to order my books. I don't normally order them because it just take too long to come to me, but like, oh well, they're here. So yeah, so I'm going to start off with the audio books, and then I'll go into the physical copies. So audio book that I plan on listening to for sure is When No One Is Watching. I don't remember when that credit renews. Last month it renewed the 9th in Audible, so I don't know. I think the author name is Alyssa Cole. So I'm listening to that as soon as my credit renews for it. Kind of excited. I was either gonna read that one on Audible, or I was either gonna read When the Reckoning Comes. I don't remember the author's name for that one, but I don't know. It's kind of a toss up. When No One Is Watching I think it's a book based on, I kind of know the synopsis of the book. I think it's based on someone who moves into a gentrified neighborhood, and when they move into the gentrified neighborhood, they start experiencing different spirits who used to live there, or like something like that. I'm not too sure. I don't have the book to read the synopsis for y'all, but it's something along those lines. Like I think it has kind of a spin of Get Out on it, but I'm not super sure. And then when the Reckoning Comes is about this girl who used to be friends with a white girl a long time ago, and then like years later her friend ended up getting in contact with her and was like, hey, can you come to my wedding? And her wedding ended up being on a plantation. Why the fuck if you have your wedding on a plantation, i.e. Jennifer Lopez, you're just disgusting anyway. But like, you can have your wedding at all places. You're having your wedding at on a plantation, like whatever. Anyway, so they basically experienced the spirits of the people who were on that plantation. So I think that's the synopsis of both of those books. But yeah, I am going to be eating it up either way. So if you have any recommendations for either one of the books, like if you read anyone, When the Reckoning Comes and When No One's Watching, which one should I read? So yeah, the next audiobook I have already read and I'm going to read again is Coraline. I have a video coming out about the Coraline book, and I'm like rereading it, re-listening to it again, and like it's oddly disturbing for it to be a children's book, but whatever. Yeah, so that is what I am going to be reading too. Well, I've already been started reading, but yeah. I think it's like 13, 14 chapters or something like that. It's literally a children's book, but like, you can read it. Anybody can read a book, like, be serious. Anyway, and the next audiobook I also plan to read is I want to kind of read some Edgar Allan Poe. Like, I don't know, I kind of want to get into some like gothic, well-known gothic writers like Stephen King, and I kind of want to, not Stephen King though, because I ain't got that type of time. We can probably do that next year, but I wanted to read some Edgar Allan Poe just to kind of like dip into his writing. I've also always been interested in his writing ever since like high school when I first learned about him, because I just thought he was a very interesting person, especially when it came to his writing. So I may end up reading The Raven or The Haunted something. I don't know. I may just randomly choose an audiobook to listen to by Edgar Allan Poe and just listen to it and then like give my thoughts on it. Yeah, but I really want to read some Edgar Allan Poe, you know, kind of get in the theme, like, you know, horror, gothic, Halloween, you know, I'll kind of get into that. So yeah, and I'm interested in some of Edgar Allan Poe's work, because I read The Raven, The Telltale Heart. I don't think I've listened to anything other than that, but yeah. So those are the audiobooks. Now we're going to get into the physical copies. The first book I have is The Weight of Blood by Tiffany D. Jackson. And then I also have White Smoke by Tiffany D. Jackson. I've heard so many great things about Miss Tiffany D. Jackson. I heard she's like a mother to the girls. I heard she's like a mother when it comes to black horror and books for the girls. So I was just like, listen, I need to get me some of these and see what she talking about. You know, see what she's talking about. So this grabbed my attention. I've been hearing a lot of the girls talk about this. So The Weight of Blood is about this girl who, do they have her name in here? I know the synopsis of the book, but I don't think they have her name in here. Oh, so it's about Maddie. She is biracial and she has been white passing her entire life. And she moves to a small town in Georgia. After like a viral bullying video happens, something goes on prom night. And I guess she goes on a whole, you know, unaliving spree on prom night. So this is definitely giving me her version of Carrie. Like this is definitely the storyline of Carrie, which is by Stephen King, but I feel like this has a spin on racism. So yeah, it has its own spin of racism and experiencing racism, especially within the South. So that's this book. How long is this book? I don't even know how long this book is. It's about 400 pages. So I would need to start reading this now. So that's that. And then we have White Smoke. This is about a girl named Marigold who her and her family moves into this house, which is the house on here, and it has its secret. So I'm assuming this is going to be some type of haunted house sort of situation. It doesn't even have like a synopsis of this book, so like this is like, we just know that it's gonna have a family who moved into this house, into a haunted house. Like there's literally barely a synopsis on here, so there's that. It's real suspenseful for me because it barely has anything going on. And the next books that I have are mysteries. They're like cozy mysteries. Like, okay, here's the thing. Shaniya cannot do a whole lot of like horror. Like I can like intake that, but like I need some balance, right? I need like a little bit of like, you know, I need a little bit of cozy mystery. I could do a little bit of horror, but I can't just read straight horror. You know what I mean? I can't just do that. I just can't do that. That's just not in my spirit. So I have some cozy mystery. All of the books I have are by black authors, the solid ones. When No One Is Watching is by a black author, and I think When the Reckoning Comes is by a black author. So I think all these books are by black authors. But I have A Deadly Inside Scoop by Abby Collette, and then I have 2-Part Sugar, 1-Part Murder by Valerie Burns. And it's just something that gives me some balance to read while I read, you know, one horror ass book, and then I can substitute it for that, you know, to give me a little, you know, balance, because that can affect my spirit. So this book, 2 parts Sugar, 1-Part Murder, is about this girl named Maddie Montgomery, and she has been left at the altar. She had a live stream wedding and her groom left her at the altar, and she finds a surprise a surprise inheritance at her great aunt Octavia's house in New Bison, Michigan. Takes on running the bakery she has and also caring for her dog named Baby. Well, I'm gonna assume Maddie is this upscale type of girl because it says here is that her two Louboutins are made for walking giant dogs, and she also doesn't bake. It comes out that the New Bison's mayor was stabbed, and then it has her fingerprints on it. It has Maddie fingerprints on the knife. So something is strange with that, and it also seems as if Aunt Octavia had her suspicions going on, I guess revolving around whatever is going on in the story. But yeah, that is the mystery of this book, and I'm kind of excited to read it. It's really a short read, so yeah, I figured this would be a cute read. With A Deadly Insight Scoop, we have the character named Bronwyn Cruis. She has taken over the family ice cream shop that is located in Ohio. Production delays within, I guess, opening the shop. She did not get a chance to open the shop during the summer, which is, you know, the best time to open an ice cream shop. She ended up having to reopen it back up during the winter time because I assume I think it said she was renovating it. And during this time, she ended up finding a dead body in front of their ice cream shop, and presumably so it is a grifter or someone. The dead man is a grifter and someone that had, you know, a feud within within her family. Yeah, that's kind of the mystery of this book. So it's gonna be a cute read. And yeah, I have this romance. Okay, I need a recommendation for a dark romance. Because I wanted to read like a dark romance or some type of like Halloween themed romance maybe, but like I just haven't been able to find anything. But honestly, these books here should keep me busy enough. But if you do have any dark romance that you want to recommend to me, you can put that in the comments below. The other book that I was gonna get was a Kiss Curse. I think that's what it's called. I was gonna get that because I wanted to kind of have some type of little, you know, romance. But I don't know. I really want to get through all of these books, so I'm kind of not really worried about it. Kind of not really worried about it. So yeah. And I already have audiobooks that I plan on listening to. So, well, a couple. Because I'm just about finished with Coraline. I could get that done in a day. But, yeah. That's all the books that I plan on reading this month. Hopefully, I get through them. I'm going to probably start... Which one I want to start first? I'll probably start The Weight of Blood first, since it's the longest book. And then I'll maybe do... A Deadly Insight Scoop together with this, and then I'll probably do these two together to give me some balance. Or I probably should do both of the authors in the same book, in the same vlog, but I don't know. I'll see what I feel like doing. But yeah, if you have any books that you want to recommend to me or anything of that sort, you can comment those down below. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.
That was too good. Let's get the bell purr.
Here you go.
Thank you. Thank you.